Right, so we're going to be starting with question number 4 on the exam. So let's take a look. So question number 4 states, the table below provides information about the mineral composition of a sample of beach sand from Hawaii. So they give us the minerals below, pyroxene, plagioclase, feldspar, olivine, amphibole, some unidentified minerals. If the sand deposited on this beach recently weathered from only one type of igneous rock, the rock was most likely blank. So for starters, I already see that one of the key things is that this type of rock is made up of an igneous rock. And we have to remember that minerals make up a rock. A rock is made up of a combination of different minerals. So therefore, they give me the composition. So what page I'm going to look at for the mineral composition? Page 6. And so when we take a look at page 6 of the reference tables, we see the mineral composition located right here. All right. So now we have to find out pyroxene, plagioclase, feldspar, olivine, amphibole, and unidentified materials. So when I'm looking, 50% of it has to be pyroxene. 50% of it has to be pyroxene. So I can already see just by looking at pyroxene alone, pyroxene is located right here, right? 50% of pyroxene is going to be located in this category here. Sorry, guys. To be located in this category right here. All right, so if 50% is pyroxene and they said 40% is plagioclase feldspar, focusing for here, that means that my answer has to be one of these rocks. And so when I look 50% pyroxene, plagioclase feldspar, and it's an igneous rock, the only rock out of the 4 that I see is going to be basalt when you go back to your question. And so that's why it's choice D. What we're looking at for number 5. That's clear. Let's take a look at number 5. So number 5 says, for igneous rock to be classified as rhyolite, it must be light colored, fine grained, and contain blank. So one interesting thing about all of these here, these terms that we see here, these are all minerals, right? And it tells me that it's an igneous rock. So it has to be a mineral from the igneous rock section. What page do we look at, everybody? We're going to be looking at page 6. So I'm looking and I see the rock rhyolite. And that means that out of the minerals that they told us, it has to say what? It has to contain quartz, calcite, olivine, or pyroxene. So let me circle the 4 minerals that they gave me. So quartz, pyroxene, olivine, and calcite. So let's take a look. So I see quartz, pyroxene, olivine, and calcite is not even on here. So we can't even choose calcite. We cannot even choose calcite because it's not even on here. So when I'm looking at rhyolite and I go all the way down, the one mineral that stands out is going to be quartz. And so that means that it's going to be choice number, there we go. Sorry, choice A for quartz. Let's take a look at number 6. So number 6 says, base your answer to the following question on the geologic cross-section below. Location A is within the metamorphic rock. The metamorphic rock at location A is most likely what? So when we see a question like this, right, remember that we stated in this igneous rock, right, this igneous intrusion, we know that this igneous intrusion is very, very hot, right? It's very, very hot. And what do we know about metamorphic rocks? Is that a metamorphic rock can be created if there's a rock that's been exposed to intense heat and or pressure. So it's very possible, it's very much possible that you can have a sedimentary rock, and the moment that the sedimentary rock comes into contact with this igneous intrusion, it can turn into a metamorphic rock. So that means that I'm looking for a metamorphic rock that used to be whatever this rock is. So I'm going to look at my key. My key tells me two things. My key tells me that the rock outside of A is sandstone. My key also tells me that at A, that this rock went through contact metamorphism. So therefore, I'm going to take a look. I'm going to take a look at my reference tables. What page am I looking at my reference tables to find out for metamorphic rocks? And it is going to be page 7. So I'm going to look at my metamorphic rock. And remember, I'm looking for the rock, the metamorphic rock, that used to be sandstone before it went through metamorphism. And so where do I look? I'm looking in the comments section. And so I'm looking for metamorphism of sandstone, metamorphism right here. So I'm looking right here, and it tells me that this rock, whatever this metamorphic rock is, it used to be sandstone, and then it went through metamorphism. And the important thing that it says right here, it went through contact metamorphism, right? Because if we look back, I see it says it right here. Contact metamorphism. And it's sandstone. So when I take a look, my correct answer is going to be quartzite. And that is choice B. That is choice B. Let me just clear it up. We're looking at choice B for our answer. Number 7. Let's take a look at number 7 now. Number 7 says, base your answer to the following question on the index fossil below, which was found in surface bedrock in Connecticut. The surface bedrock in which this index fossil was found is most likely composed of what? So automatically, one of the things that I know off the top of my head is that if I have a bedrock that contains a fossil, right? If I have a bedrock that contains a fossil, it is what type of rock, everybody? There's only one type of rock that contains a fossil, and it is a sedimentary rock. So that means my answer has to be one of the sedimentary rocks on page 6 of the reference tables. It has to be one of these rocks, right? And even for correction, because it's a fossil in a sedimentary rock, it can't be any of these clastic rocks. It can't be any of these clastic rocks. It has to be a sedimentary rock that is bioclastic. It has to be bioclastic rock. How do I know that has to be a bioclastic rock? Because this is index fossil on it. So that means that it has some sort of biologic origin or fragments or remains on this rock. So that's something to keep in mind. So when I look back on the test, I didn't see basalt at the sedimentary rock. I didn't see granite at the sedimentary rock. And if I even double check, anthracite coal is actually a metamorphic rock. So it can't even be that. We know it has to be a sedimentary rock, and we know it has to be a bioclastic sedimentary rock. And so the only bioclastic sedimentary rock in that option that was given, we can take a look at our test. There we go, is limestone. Limestone was the only one remaining. And take a look right here. It says it right here, limestone, right? It's a bioclastic rock, and it's very possible that it could contain shell fragments. All right. Look for the other videos to see the remaining questions.